day, that's you and me. All day, that's us, boo. Came through with that new thing. See, I don't know why I trust you. Crazy now, I'm just too on. Maybe now I'm just too gone. Maybe now I'm just looking for that same vibe that you on. Cause I'm out here.
Have you ever been scared? Afraid? So last night, I went downstairs in the basement. Got me some fruit snacks. I opened it. I opened the fruit snack box. I looked inside. There was nothing left. Hey guys. Hey, yeah, like for that fire story, because I know y'all like that story. I know. But guys, anyways, I have to do my intro. What is up, my awesomes? Welcome to VP Awesome. And today we'll be reacting to some scary stories. Yeah, so guys, grab your popcorn, grab your snacks, take off your socks. Let's get into this. But before we get started, make sure you RKO that like button. Everybody stay safe during this time. Like, go wash your hands. Like, before we get started, everybody wash their hands. I'll wait. You still not washing your hands. What, bruh? Go wash your hands, bro. Dog, I say go wash your hands, bro. Without further ado, let's get straight into this. I'm so corny. Okay guys, the scary video we're going to be reacting today is by Llama Arts. Now, Llama Arts is a very good channel that posts scary videos. And make sure you go subscribe to them. The link will be in the description below. Alright guys, let's do this. I have a bad feeling about this. What? Bro, Llama Arts scary stories scared me a lot, bro.
It was a cold, foggy evening when I contacted a close friend of mine to stay at my place for the night. Both of us were only 10 years old at the time, and my parents were often at work until midnight, so I was usually alone with nothing to do except watching a television show or reading a book. My friend Alex had agreed to come over and brought a game of Monopoly to pass another time. I also asked if he was interested in going to explore an abandoned subway station 3 miles away. He seemed excited at first, so we planned to go on the trip in the morning.
Hold on, let's go back.
I remembered that the subway station 3 miles.
What did he say? First of all, this dude looked like Harry Potter. There's no question, but what did this dude say that his friend was gonna go to?
Reading a book. My friend Alex had agreed to come over and brought a game of Monopoly to pass another time. I also asked if he was interested in going to explore an abandoned subway station 3 miles away. He seemed excited.
Only white people.
At first, so we planned to go on the trip in the morning. I remembered that the subway dated back to the mid-1920s and became abandoned in 1932 after the market crash in 1929. I was very fascinated about its history, but never got the chance to go inside after my parents had warned me not to enter. As I quietly slept in my bed, I heard what sounded like a gunshot coming from the forest behind the house.
Chill.
Both of us woke up
I gotta turn this down!
after what we had heard,
Pause.
and I told my friend not to
Calm down. Oh my goodness.
worry, as hunters tend to go into the forest on frequent occasions, but when I checked the time, it was 11:39 p.m. This seemed very unusual, as hunters only came into the forest between 8 p.m. and 10 p.m. I looked at Alex and decided to get out of my bed, intending to look through the window and spot for anyone in the forest. The darkness clouded my vision, so I was unable to see anyone in the forest. I turned around and looked at Alex again, when suddenly I heard the front door squeak open. Chills went down my spine. Both of us quietly moved to the bathroom, locked the door, and kept the light off. It was the only safe place in the house. Both of us were terrified as we desperately tried to keep as calm as we could. We heard
they about to
footsteps
get
getting
clapped.
louder and louder until they stopped in front of the bathroom door. And then this is when the most terrifying sound forced my heart to almost break. I screamed as the person shot the door to pieces.
Ooh! Ooh! My man's put a knife through. He put a knife through the door. Must be a sharp knife. Goodness. He probably did that with all the doors. He was toying with them. I know what he was doing. He was probably toying with them, putting a knife through the doors because he know they little kids and they gonna scream. Okay, we got 2 more minutes to finish this video. I'm really scared to see what this dude look like.
It was pitch black inside the room, making it hard to find the vent, and by the time I spotted the vent, the person behind the door had made a hole big enough for us to see him. The man adorned black leather and was wearing a plague doctor mask. I scurried back to the vent, but it was too high above the floor for us to reach it, so Alex told me to go first because he was the strongest. He lifted me up on his
Hurry
shoulders
up, my
and allowed me
man!
to open the
Get your
vent and go
way!
inside. When I looked at the door again, the man had managed to fit his arm through the hole and reached for the lock. I quickly grabbed Alex's hand, but struggled to climb out of the vent.
Alex!
I shouted, and began going after him. I pursued the figure until I was led to the abandoned subway deep
Alex
within the
got
forest.
clapped.
It was chilly and foggy, meaning
He
that
took
I could only
him
see
down in the
Alex within a range of
sewers?
5 or 6 yards.
This dude, Mortal Kombat, dragged my man like he was Jason down the sewers. This dude got him like this. Alex is about to get clapped.
Inside the subway was a pool of freezing cold water. It was so dark that I
You
couldn't
should
see
have at least
anything.
got a weapon.
I had to rely on listening to the screams from Alex and track the source. As I slowly walked through the subway, I was now struggling to breathe under the intense stress and fear of the situation. I called, but there was no response. I continued walking through the water until the exit was no longer visible. I was now experiencing a massive panic attack. I had lost track of Alex, and I had no idea where I was or how to get out. Where are you, Alex?
Oh! Bro, they gonna end it like that? What? This is a true story? On October 19th, 1983, Alex was confirmed dead after he was found inside a ticket office hanging from the ceiling.
Thank you for sticking around to the end of the video. If you would like to support the channel, check out the merch link in the video description.
Llama Arts. Bro, what's wrong with you, bro? After that story, you gotta play some freaking elevator music. My goodness. So that story was a true story, man. See, that's why you don't play around like that. You can't just be... Where were the parents during all this? That's why they shouldn't be playing around like that. See, you end up getting hurt. Alright guys, we're gonna react to one more. Guys, alright. The next animation we're gonna be reacting to is called A Bus Stop Horror Story. Bruh, it's just something about Llama Arts, like his characters, how they made the characters is just very disturbing to me. It just, I don't know. I'm weird, so let's go straight into this third. This one looks scary. A bus stop horror story, bro.
This happened when I was 17 years old. I would go to the gym 3 to 4 times a week and ride the bus
guy
home.
from the last one.
It was a Sunday and I had just missed my bus, so I had to wait longer for another one. I would have called my parents, but they were out for the evening, and taxis charged more, so I decided to sit and wait in the bus shelter. It was a cold night and snow had just started peppering the ground. My bus was taking longer than usual, so I got my phone out and listened to some music. Almost an hour had passed. It was freezing and I hadn't seen anyone at all. That was until I noticed something out of the corner of my eye. It was a creepy guy dressed in thick layers of clothing, walking slowly towards me. I knew staring at him would draw more attention, so I just focused on my phone.
Why does he look like that?
He sat down at the other end of the shelter and just stared at me. There was something off about him. He seemed like he was either drunk or on drugs.
Oh, heck no.
He then asked,
When is the bus due?
I took out my earphones and
Bruh,
said,
don't talk to me, bruh.
delayed because of the snow.
No.
He
Okay.
stared at me for a while,
Okay.
then started mumbling to himself. He was really starting to creep me out, so I
Oh, yeah,
pretended to
he
be on
messed
my
up.
phone.
He's messed up in
After
the
a
head,
couple of
bruh.
minutes, I took another look.
Don't.
He moved closer to me. I looked away
heck
for a
no,
second
bruh.
and heard the sound of him sliding even closer.
Oh!
I turned to him and said,
Hey, no, low key, if I was his age and that old man was scooting up to me, I'm like, sir, back up, sir. Sir, back up, sir. Sometimes you gotta remember that you're young. This sucker old and fat. Look at his gut. He got a pop belly on him. Alright.
You okay there?
He stared at me with glossy eyes, lifted his arm and leaned towards me.
Oh, heck
Immediately,
no!
He grabbed my bag and ran as he fell to the ground. I ran down the road trying
Oh,
my
he
hardest
probably
not
running
to look
after
back.
him.
I kept going until I got to the next
Oh,
bus
he
stop.
running after him.
I turned around to check to see if he was
Heck no,
there.
bruh.
He was gone, so I went to sit down.
Oh, he's right there.
Feeling relieved, I rested my head on the back of the glass and waited for the bus.
Alright, that's it. I'm sorry! Bruh, what? Who?
I jolted and turned around to see the same guy staring at me through the glass.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Then he started walking around the shelter towards me.
I'm warning you, stay back.
What are you
I
gonna
yelled in
do?
panic as I was backing up. I
Right.
wanted to run, but
My
I left
bag!
my bag in the shelter and I couldn't
Bro,
move to
run!
go. Suddenly, the man leaped at me and I quickly moved out of the way. I fell to the ground face first. I froze in shock, then noticed the blood coming from his face. I tried to get a response out of him, but nothing worked.
Did he
Told the
punch
paramedic
him?
He fell to the ground neck as I was backing up.
Hold on, I want to see
I
that
wanted to
again.
run, but I left my bag in the
my dude
shelter and I
clapped
couldn't
him.
leave without it. Suddenly, the man leaped at me and I quickly moved out of the way. He fell to the ground face first. I
He
froze
fell
in
on
shock
his face,
and noticed
bro.
the blood coming from his face. I tried to get a
he
response
hurt
out of him, but nothing worked. I called the police and paramedics and they arrived shortly after. I told them what had happened and they told me that the guy was on prescription drugs. They found a photo in his wallet of him and his son. The boy looked just like me, so we assumed he thought I was him. I later learned that he had lost his son in a custody battle and went off the rails. He was taken away for treatment.
Let's clap it up for Llama Arts, bro. Those horror stories were scary. Oh my goodness, I'm literally getting chills down my spine right now. Everybody, like I said, make sure you go subscribe to Llama Arts, bro. He got some fire stories, bro. But anyways, if y'all enjoyed that video, make sure you RKO that like button and press that notification button every time I post a new video. And if you want me to keep reacting to scary videos, do some damage on that like button, alright? You know what I'm saying? Alright. So, okay. Until next time, Awesomers, take care, stay safe, and then stay awesome. See ya!